We're explaining the deprecation of org.hibernate.dialect, PostgreSQLDialect, in Hibernate. 1. Hibernate, a powerful ORM, object relational mapping framework, uses dialects to connect to different databases. The PostgreSQLDialect was the class responsible for translating Hibernate's object-oriented code into SQL commands understood by PostgreSQL. 2. However, this dialect has been deprecated, meaning it's no longer actively maintained and may be removed in future Hibernate versions. This isn't a sudden change. It's part of Hibernate's ongoing evolution towards improved performance and maintainability. 3. The primary reason for deprecation is a shift towards a more modular and extensible architecture. The old PostgreSQLDialect was becoming increasingly difficult to maintain and update with the ever-evolving features of PostgreSQL. 4. Instead of using the deprecated PostgreSQLDialect, Hibernate now recommends using the org.hibernate.dialect. PostgreSQL10 or a later version like PostgreSQL14 depending on your PostgreSQL version. These newer dialects are better equipped to handle the nuances of newer PostgreSQL releases and offer more consistent behavior. 5. Migrating is generally straightforward. You'll primarily need to change your Hibernate configuration file, usually hibernate.cfg.xml, or a properties file, to reflect the new dialect class name. Simply replace the old dialect class name with the appropriate version for your PostgreSQL installation. For instance, if you're using PostgreSQL 13, you'd use PostgreSQL 13 dialect. If you're using a more recent version of Postgres, choose the dialect that matches that. 6. Before making the change, always back up your database and application. Test thoroughly after updating your configuration to ensure everything works correctly. Look for any warnings or errors in your logs. These could indicate compatibility issues. 7. If you're using a build system like Maven or Gradle, you may need to adjust your dependencies to make sure you have the correct Hibernate version that includes the updated dialects. Check your Hibernate version and make sure it is up to date. 8. Ignoring the deprecation warning isn't recommended. While it might work for now, it introduces technical debt. Future updates to Hibernate could break your application, making maintenance more difficult and prone to unexpected errors. Proactive migration not only avoids these future problems, but also ensures you benefit from the improvements in the newer dialects. 9. Remember to consult the official Hibernate documentation for the most up-to-date information and best practices on using the correct dialect for your specific PostgreSQL version. This ensures compatibility and takes advantage of the latest features and performance improvements.